Where does the sound come into on the pitch? So the noise from there, where does that feed into? Just that?
So you are live? No one's watching yet.
No.
Now we have a shotgun mic, but it's all crackly and echoey, so that's the new one. This thing could actually set up this.
That might not be a silly idea actually. So you get a bit of crowd noise? So just have it sitting there, and then we can just take it, I suppose.
Check, check.
Where will we put it? It sits there.
Pretty much doing the same thing as that now. So
Oh, really?
you can just pick it up and take it when if you do need to get it. It's already
Yeah.
got it on you.
Right, and welcome to Gisborne for the Central Federation League fixture between Waikanae Top 10 Holiday Park Gisborne Thistle and Isles Construction Massey University FC. It's a pleasant Sunday afternoon here as referee Chris Niven gets us underway. Thistle on the attack first, playing right to left. Balls ahead straight to Somerton early in the box, who turns craftily. It's cut out well by Preston for Massey University. We've turned over possession for Venema now. So it's Lockie Preston playing right back for Massey University, playing inside to Caleb Young, the centre back, and Jacob Riley.
Can you just check the monitor volume
That's a similar
levels?
figure to Gisborne Thistle's own Andre Riley. But don't get the two confused. And Stuart Hill goes long early.
Be on the Gisborne Thistle page.
To the delight of the Massey University bench as ground announcer Mark Baple takes us through the starting lineups.
Number 6, Under Batalita. Number 7, Jaron Brower. Number 10, Tommy Friends. Number 14, Jimmy Santi. Number 17, Chicho. Number 18, Emmanuel Matos. Number 23, Colin Sporforth. And number 24, Daniel. Starting lineup for Massey University, number 1, Thomas Johnson, number 2, Jacob Riley, number 3, George Andrew, number 4, Caleb Young, number 5, Lucky Preston, number 6, Jackson Bron, number 7, Michael Wilson, number 10, Cole Freeman, number 13, Ben Meyer, number 15, Dominic Rankin, and number 16, Zach Farmer.
And of course, Mark Baple doubling as the goalkeeper coach for Gisborne Thistle, doing a splendid job on ground announcer.
Cremo 35 here for some coffees and good day dumplings behind the goal, behind Massey's goal.
I just put something up here.
Obviously, alcoholic beverages are in the club rooms if anyone fancies a Mother's Day drink.
Baple just detailing the services available today here at for the first Sunday afternoon kickoff for Gisborne Thistle of the season, as Symonson's away here. Crosses and almost finds Brower in the middle. It's gone out for a goal kick. Happy Mother's Day, of course, to all the mothers out there and the aspiring mothers to be,
I'm still getting no audio.
as the ball people go and collect the ball for us here. And someone looks at me wondering who I'm talking to. It's a microphone on my collar, broadcasting this to anybody who wants to view it on the YouTube platform today. As Young has the ball at the back for Massey University. Rodriguez looks to preserve the throw. Thistle looking splendid in their brand new kit today, of course. So the suggested full view.
Jump on the camera.
It's Massey looking hot here on attack. It's Freeman on the left. Houston rather, sorry. As this will recover and it's away through jostling now Frooms. As we manage to navigate our way through those starting lineups and substitute bench. Thistle again in position here with Rodriguez on the left. Cut out there by Preston, but Somerton, who's recovered, finds Sporforth in the middle. It's Preston managing get possession back, but can only send it for a corner to Thistle. Preston, of course, definitely Massey's premier Instagram presence, racking up currently 926 followers. Where he's only paltry 675. So if you want to give him a Instagram like and share as you do, he's a man that would appreciate getting to the four figures. Spurforth's corner is barely met by Johnson and goal there for Massey, but managed to get away with one as the local United Heroes turn up with the supplies for the day. And it's Preston with the throw deep inside Massey's defensive half. Spurforth comes up with it. It's the cross in second time round, but it's cleared by Ben Meyer. Martos now for Augustine Ventre back in the lineup for Thistle. Of course, Captain Nicholas Land out today with an ankle injury. And Cole Freeman releases Hilson down on the left, but Batarita, the 11-year-old, gets there using his pace and youthful agility. Frooms now for Josling on the right. And we'll look to release Brow here down the line. Kieran Brow, of course, sponsored by Pultron Composites there on Lisson Road. Josling's been cut, but Brow gets the cross across. And Ventre's header is misdirected for Jacob Riley carrying the ball here for Massey University. Only as far as Frooms though. And Gisborne's own George Andrew, the lone player, manages to get possession back for Massey. A couple of challenges coming in thick and fast in the middle there. Referee Chris Niven uses all the gestures that he's got to tell Ventre that that's no good. Doesn't seem to be too much problem between the players, however. You might just glimpse down in the bottom of the shot there, Rowdy Donny Piper, the coach for Massey University, the man who's led the revolution that they're currently experiencing. Of course, dipped out of the Central League. Wow. Back in 1995. Really. But it wasn't since the mid-80s where Massey have really been a force at the top levels of regional football in New Zealand. But they re-emerged in 2003 and then failed again. Only for the man himself, Donald Piper, to arrive in around about 2016, and it's been up and up since then. Players wearing GPS technology as Somerton here for Thistle. Controls it exceptionally well. It's a square ball across and Brow's not quite there in the middle. Jimmy Somerton, of course, sponsored by Alan Callett Panel and Paint. It's Rodriguez with the throw. Frooms is free in the middle here and can't find the target with that strike. It's a goal kick for Massey University. Goalkeeper Tommy Johnson is an Australian national who's moved over in 2018 from Terrigal United. So he's a beach boy. Of course, the more educated amongst the followers will know that Terrigal, of course, a population of around 10,000 people, settled in 1826 by none other than John Gray. And it's the breeding ground of Australian Ironman Kai Hurst. As we play a bit of aerial ping pong in the middle here. Rodriguez looks to pressure and he's won it back. Somerton again on the left side of the area. Farmer tracks well and looks to have prevented the corner. It'll be a throw to Thistle here. Referee Chris Niven shows an exceptional touch to deliver that ball back to the sideline. You can see the power of the man still flying around. Rodriguez takes back this time with the right foot. Very good delivery. It's going to go unrewarded. And another goal kick for the Terrigallian. Massey setting up to play this short. Centre backs Young and Meyer on either side. Caleb Young, of course, the captain, Palmerston North Boys High School product, and since then he's been with Massey University. He's a loyal member of the Piper followers. Donald Piper, of course, famous for definitely not coining the phrase, but reintroducing the phrase, build it and they will come, and have they what in Palmerston North are now a place that is no longer dominated by one single club. And both Massey and Palmerston North Marist will have claims to look for promotion from the Central Federation League this season. Preston's there to pick up on Johnson's clearance. Goes long and looks for Farmer on the right here, but it's Batarita across to cleverly loft one to Rodriguez. Preston on the ball again though. And the heavy attention from the Thistle defenders. Frooms now. Holds position, plays short to Sporeforth, and now Brower. Sumpton free, but he's called offside there. As Michael Hilson, the former Red Sox man, berates his teammates. Big futsal guy, bit of futsal presence in the Massey side here, and Hilson's obviously using his outside voice there. Not sure whether you can pick that up through our effects microphone here, but they got a right telling off there. The boys in gold. Freeman who's given away position here. Back for Stuart Hill in a pink kit, but could only describe those socks as magenta. He'll be looking to fade those in the coming weeks by whatever means necessary. As Riley manages to gain possession but give it away with a loose pass. And strong Brandon Josling's throw goes to Frooms, who's then given it away for, looks like Jackson Bron in the middle there. It's the Central Football Age Group representative. He's another one who's been at Massey since leaving Palmerston North Boys High School. And Preston on the right now. Dan Venemer coming into the side today for the injured Ryan Anderson. Oh, and Johnson. Strong body to clear, and it takes a lot to bring Constable Jaron Brower down, but he flipped him 180 there. It's Brandon Josling, who represents the Cancer Society thanks to the generous donation from an unnamed club member. Out there on the right for Thistle, of course, if you're anywhere near the ground today, there's a wine raffle that's been organised, wine and cheese, thanks to Waimata Cheese, by Jakub Jedebek, who also is the awareness man for the Cancer Society. So if you come down here, you can get in on that raffle, $10 a ticket, all the proceeds going to the Cancer Society here. As the crowd builds, you have to say that the Sunday fixture has seen both sides of the grandstand full, not just the one closest to the entrance. People are choosing to filter in at the far end. Summerton's free and looks to shoot here. Johnson can't get a hold of it. Summerton again squares, and Ventre gets the shot on target. Johnson stays composed and releases a prodigious drop kick. That is a fantastic knock there into the southerly. Rightly pointed out by the spectators that he's hit that from his own 6-yard box. So that's the Australian boot. You won't meet an Australian that can't kick, and he's out here again. There's long and into the grandstands as the building crowd gasps for air after the astonishment from the length of that drop kick. Tommy Johnson, of course, is not just a strong man but also a fast man. Well known around the world for coming 4th place in the Central Coast Under-10 sprints back in the early 2000s. 4th place in the 100 metres but 2nd in the 70, so he's quick off the mark, and he's shown us that so far today. As it's Scrappy on top of his box. Thistle having position here with Rodriguez out on the left. And the Spanish speakers are keeping it to themselves. It's Batarita who finds Brower, who does not speak Spanish. And Rodriguez cross is met by Johnson, who is really having a strong impact on the game here. That Massey back four are looking under pressure, but Johnson is looking anything but. composed customer at the back there. So it's the first time we've seen Thomas Johnson here in Gisborne, but he looks like a goalkeeper that is definitely capable of playing at a much higher level. Very strong and brave, and good distribution that we've seen so far. Just the one scuffed clearance, but he can't be held to blame for that. Perhaps it's flicked up on a bit of the summer grass that is still just dying off here at Childers Road Reserve. Riley, who's let George Andrew away here, playing in midfield, of course, rather than at the back. And it's a Massey throw after a frenetic wee stage there. It's facts and figures coming at you from all angles, as well as the action on the pitch, and a healthy buzz here in the crowd. Does look like a few more mothers here today than usual, which is good to see. As Riley stands to take the throw. It's a wayward one, and Josling's got a little knee to it. Strong knee to it, I should say. And Hilson manages to shield it out for the corner there, which is going to be taken by Zach Farmer, of course a Palmerston North Boys High School student, but a Wanganui local. He was the intermediate level by age group tennis champ in 2015, and he's been a Manawa 2 futsal player since 2017. And last year had a crack playing for both Wanganui teams as his corner comes over and Stuart Hill clears it, and it's down the back of the net for Massey. Looks like Cole Freeman is the scorer. Confusion in the Thistle area, perhaps asking for a handball, but Chris Niven looks like he's recording the goal scorer's name in the book. So it's Cole Freeman for Massey University. Vatarita continuing to protest with Niven, who looks like he does not want to hear it. And Thistle again find themselves down at home.
Goal scorer, 17th minute for Massey University, number 10, Cole Freeman.
Definitely adds spice to the fixture here now. Massey taking that lead as the autumn leaves fall from the top of the grandstand. And Young looks to carry up from the back. Very strong. We'll go with him as Massey University's strongest player to contest the customary arm wrestle with Brandon Josling in the club rooms afterwards. It's a right arm wrestle on the pitch now with Thistle dominating possession, but nothing to show for it. It's Josling on the right, whose cross comes over. It looks like it'll be straight to Johnson, who just watches it sail over the crossbar. And the ball person on that byline manages to get it into Johnson's arms early, so that Massey can hold it at the back. Playing very short here, surely not looking to sit on a 1-0 lead for the remaining 70 minutes of the fixture. Johnson picks out Riley on the left there, who hands it over to Somerton. Martos releases Frooms. Shows good strength on the ball, but sends it only for a 50-50 there, which Riley plays for a throw. Cullen Sporforth again doing the dirty work, much like his player sponsor Diggett Gizzy. And it's the player sponsor less, Daniel Venema, who plays back. Anybody looking to get their name on the coverage. Crow's come back from an offside position there. Hilson again can be heard to be stuck into his teammates for not playing the whistle. It's Meyer standing over it for Massey University. It's back from Bron for Johnson at the back there. Johnson's well out of his area, so must go long. She does to Hilson, and a free spot on the left there, who looks for Freeman. But he's only found Mitchell Stuart Hill, rather, of course sponsored by Ryan Electrical. We thank Liam for his support of the club. Liam, of course, a former Gisborne Thistle player of fine repute, not to mention his earlier days with Gisborne City and also the Bohemians. It's Martos here for Sporforth in the middle. Ventre now, sponsored by the Tillman Holdsworth family, has found Rodriguez, who can't quite get his step. He's called offside by the assistant referee Kaylee Knight, of course the daughter of nearside assistant referee Melinda Knight. And it's the other man in pink who is over the free kick. As we have a throw-in on the other side here. Venom are on the ball here. Play square, craftily for Batarita. Of course, captaining today in Nick Land's absence, and of course, sponsored by Matai, the research facility that you might just catch at the top of the screen there. As Batarita is lucky to not make contact with Farmer there. May have found him in the book if he had. And a missed Instagram. Greytown's finest, Lockie Preston, is taking the throw here. It looks like a first touch for Dominic Rankin, who fits the specs for most of this Massey team. Of course, part of Sporforth's high school product, as Sporforth throws himself into that challenge and lets Preston know, and Preston's trying to not rub it as he limps back into position. Ventre's clever touch finds Sporforth, who might be finding himself a bit of extra attention now, but a man who's carrying a handlebar moustache like that is not going to let anything bother him. Ventre is strong and wins another throw for the Thistle. Rowdy Donny Piper, in his gentlemanly fashion, hands that ball back. Matarita goes long. Knight's flag stays down, and it's Summerton in the box here. He manages to square it for Johnson to come away with it. And let's go that drop kick again, which looks to be a real weapon if Massey could get on the end of it. Good to see a decent droppy. There was some fandom from ground announcer Mark Baple last week about Marist keeper Liam Outram using the drop kick, but you call that a drop kick, as Paul Hogan would say? Tommy Johnson, Massey's very own Crocodile Dundee, is the man with that boot. Unsure if Crocodile Dundee came from Terrigal, and I think you'd be pretty surprised if you saw a crocodile in Terrigal. Of course, they're on the central coast of New South Wales, not really crocodile territory. They might have an enclosure somewhere where they keep them. Rodriguez passes to Venema in the middle, who looks long, but it's cut out by Hilson, and another Gisborne Thistle throw. Mentioned last week on that turf in Palmerston North how the ball seemed to stay in a little bit more than usual, whereas back on a natural surface here at Childers Road Reserve, seemed like a good amount of throw-ins. Ball just rolls on a little bit more. Meyer at the back here for Massey. Riley pumps it into Brow, and that one looks like it's going to stay in. Just the final bounce of the ball is out there. Riley's throw for Hilson. And the ball's given away again for Froomes. Sporforth goes short to Ventre, who controls well for Batarita. And Venema heads upfield. Josling's early ball looking for forward run of Froomes. And it's Andrew showing impressive skill there, but not supported by his teammates, and it's coughed up again. Sporforth's left foot finds Summerton in a clearly offside position there, who to his credit plays the whistle and gets his shot off into the side netting. It's Johnson here who surrenders possession to big Caleb Young, the captain. Clips it for Riley, who wriggles his way out of there using Andrew in the middle, and it's back through him to Hilson. Freeman's ball watching, and Stuart Hill comes out to collect. Rolls for Batarita. Diagonal ball just evades Josling. Maybe not expecting that. As shifty little nor'wester coming across Tilda's Road Reserve now, which is not the usual. Andrew manages to hold on to possession using Bron and Rankin. No, it's now gone out again. And it's a Gisborne Thistle throw. As the game looks to slow down a little bit here, we can revisit the quote from Donald Piper, of course borrowed from Kevin Costner's Field of Dreams. So Donald, you're not fooling anyone. We know what you're up to. Of course, massive Kevin Costner fan, Donald Piper. He's got the entire library of all of his films in his Central Football office there in Palmerston North. Of course, the commonly agreed is everybody's second most favourite, second equal I should say, Central Football Operations Manager of all time, as Rodriguez pumps one into Niven. Not to be blamed for that. Can't just disappear. And Gentleman Piper commands his Massey University subordinates to surrender possession back to Thistle, and full credit to him for that. Johnson crosses over, and that'll be too easy for Johnson. He looks very, very strong. It's going to be between him and Young definitely in the arm wrestle to contest jostling at the aftermatch here today. Rodriguez now, finding Venema again. Perhaps Dan Venema does speak a little bit of Spanish, because he is so far the favourite recipient from Rodriguez. And that's that same ball again around Freeman, who's cutting off the back pass but not cutting off the sideways ball. And Batarita has released Frooms upfield here, who clambers over Young and finds himself on the deck. His ground announcer Baple uses that highly efficient running style to collect the ball back, and he's dropped something but picked it up there. Good to see. Frooms now under heavy attention from Farmer, the Waikanae Intermediate tennis champ of 2015, of course. And it's Preston with the throw for Andrew in the middle. It's read well by Rodriguez. Finds Summerton a little bit deeper than usual. Josling for Martos here. Martos, of course, sponsored by the Tillman Holdsworth family as well, along with Augustine Ventre. Piper, of course, not sure if you picked that up on the effects microphone. Little "if we do together." I'm not sure what film that's from. Be sure to clarify that later. Perhaps an original. It's Martos. Finds Frooms in an offside position here. Vicky's Gores are there behind the goal, looking like it's being well frequented. Of course, the dumplings there from the land of the rising sun. Johnson, who can also boom one from the deck. Andrew's flick finds Hilson, but Sporforth comes across and cuts it out. Looks long for Brower, who's flat. And goes early, and he's almost snuck one in there. Really clever little play there from Brower. It's only the post, and looks like it'll have to be something like that to beat Johnson today. Again, you couldn't fault Johnson there. That's nothing short of spectacular from Brower. Go as far as saying definitely deserved the goal. Also have to say how fantastic these kits are looking for Thistle. Really nice little diamond number there. Traditional white shoulders, of course. Sponsors in full view, of course, Waikanae Top 10 Holiday Park on the front as Johnston's cross comes over. Young's header clears it. It's Rodriguez. Shot is blocked by Young. Brower on the ball again. Thistle still dominating possession. That was a nice little Cruyff turn there for Sportforth's clever ball. It's Martos in a little bit of space. Releases Josling on the right, whose early cross comes over. It's Meyer this time who cuts that out. And Andrew makes a key little intervention here, and it could be Massey on the counter. Sportforth's aware to cut that out. Massey's still in possession here. Andrew streaming forwards. And Rankin on the left-hand side is found offside. I tell you what, it's really good to hear a guy like Piper remonstrating with his players for being offside rather than having a crack at the assistant referee for putting their flag up. They're, of course, just doing their job, and Piper's fully aware of that and is leading by example here. Not that the assistant referees need a bodyguard, but he will always love them. Batarita has released an exceptional ball here for Somerton. Massey come away with the free kick. As Riley takes his time here to collect the ball for the free kick. And a hush comes across the crowd here at Childers Road Reserve. All sorts of people gathered here to take in the fixture. Looks like some travelling fans as well. As Andrew's ball comes over and everybody watches it run by for Batarita to clear. Meyer sends it back to Johnson. Finds Preston on the right. And it's captain Caleb Young in possession here, looks to carry forward. This will look like they're happy to let Massey have it at the back there. That is, never mind Kevin Costner, that's some Shakespeare stuff coming out from Donald Piper on the side there. I really hope you can pick that up on the effects microphone. In the instance of a press, memory fails me on what went between, but my goodness, I think he'll find himself on a meme before long. Sportforth unlucky there to be called for the foul on Hilson, who's one of the more experienced men, the oldest on the pitch for Massey, of course, in the absence of Dave McCorkindale. Hilson, of course, another member of the Donald Piper's band of merry men. 28 years old. McCorkindale, of course, is well into his 40s. Not that you'd be able to tell, he's a man in supreme condition, and we're robbed of his presence today due to his lack of ability to travel for family commitments. Farmer stands over the free kick here, looking to serve it in. It's a whipped delivery straight to Stuart Hill. Rodriguez here on the left for Thistle. Sponsored by More FM. This is for Frooms, who's looking fit thanks to his player sponsor, Dynamic Rehab. And Massey have been awarded the throw here. Piper not instructing his players to get it back to Thistle, so really the right call. Wins, gets the deflection off Bron, and it's a Thistle throw this time. Sporforth sprays for Somerton, who's popping up on the right side up top now. Keeps possession and gives it to Martos. Veneman now. Tidy little turn, composed on the ball. And Batarita has Frooms, who clips, and it's cut out by Meyer. Cole Freeman has stubbed his toe. Must be a interpretation of the rules there by Niven. If you stub your toe, you get a free kick. As Gisborne United's Matt McFatter chimes in with some advice for Fletcher Stewart-Hill on the bench there. It's Young's long free kick. Evades both George Andrew and strong Brandon Jocelyn. Of course, former teammates and future teammates, as we await the return of George Andrew for Gisborne Thistle once he's finished his study down in Palmerston North. Matarita carries out. Thistle, of course, as you can see, 1-0 down here. As we get deeper into the first half, and Rodriguez is on the ball. Somerton's touch evades him on this case, but he's kept possession for Martos here. Frooms again falls the same fate as Farmer uses some of that futsal skill. And Batarita's long clearance finds Jocelyn, who's won that, and it's Somerton free, should score here and does. Scoring Thistle back level, really composed finish there. Backed himself, picked his spot and put it away. Jimmy Somerton looking like a man with a really bright future. Parents Nick and Rochelle will be exceptionally proud. And at the rate he's scoring,
Thistle, number 14, Jimmy Somerton.
as ground announcer Mark Baple points out, to applause from the crowd. Moves into second in the Golden Boot race, of course, with Palmerston North Marist going down to Havelock North yesterday 3-1, and the man of two hat-tricks, Nicholas Carrick, not finding himself on the score sheet. Somerton moves into 6 goals for the season. As Rodriguez breaks a throw forward, and Brow's clever back heel is cleared by Young, then Johnson. And Freeman doesn't look like he's too keen to contest in here, but Andrews come through and won that. And he'll find himself free on the right and squares. Farmer to find the rest of the net. And straight away, Massey are back in the lead through Zach Farmer.
Goal scorer for Massey University, 14th minute, number 16, Zach Farmer.
Could we have a classic brewing here? 2-1 still in the first half. This will need to compose themselves here. course, they found themselves in this position against Napier Marist also. Managed to come away with the victory on that occasion. I have to say, Massey looked like a stiffer opposition. Of course, a more familiar band of men under the leadership of Bud Johnson. Sorry, should I say Don Piper, just getting confused there with the main character in Swing Vote, of course, which Piper will know, but probably nobody else. Sporforth releases Somerton here, but Preston shows good pace and composure to play back to Johnson, who equals his level of composure and clears, but it's Rodriguez again and Somerton who's well onside thanks to the recovering Preston. Can't quite bring the pass under control. It's that long drop kick again. And it's easy for Batarita. Really need somebody to be on the end of those. But Thistle are reading that well at the moment, sitting nice and deep and just waiting for the ball to come to them. As Josling looks to switch for Somerton. Keeps possession through Ventre and now Rodriguez. They'll have to reset here, Thistle. Very unique feature of the direction of the breeze here with those leaves falling from the grandstand. Not sure if you can pick that up on screen, but there's no immediate source of leaves. It's a Massey throw on the far side of the pitch in front of the Pro Traffic banner, of course, who are now featuring on the back of Thistle's shorts. The brighter white panels on either leg. And on the back of the shirt, of course, you've got Aotearoa Labour Hire and Dynamic Rehab, and we thank them all for their support. As social media guru Alice Jenkins requests a program from a member of the crowd, duly obliges. It's Riley's cross who's caused a little bit of trouble here for Thistle in the area. Hilson on the ball and squares, but Rankin can't quite get the touch. And three Thistle defenders recover well for Sporforth to then make the save from Hilson. That's out for a corner there. Ball person on that side is a young Batarita, and there's a question from the crowd. Yes, absolutely, Matthew Adams. I am commentating today, and your microphone awaits you, sir.
You were not me. Have you got the mic on now?
Yes, indeed. The second microphone is on thanks to the support from Waikanae Media. And Matthew Adams, you are more than welcome to take this microphone. We will have a third goal instead for Massey University. Thanks to the distraction in the stadium here, we'll have to hear ground announcer Mark Baple announce the goal scorer. But it's a scrappy one. As Piper commands his soldiers to not get carried away. No matter what they say, of course, they will still love him. Waiting for confirmation on that goal scorer for Massey University, and Thistle in a bit of trouble here.
Goal scorer for Massey University, 44th minute, number 7, Michael Massey.
And it was Hilson who got the last touch on that. And Massey who find themselves in a commanding position here away. You'd have to go as far as saying it's theirs to lose from here if they can keep things under control. Of course, any budding commentators out there, like young Matthew Adams, is just not feeling the best today, so he's not keen to take that secondary microphone. But if there's anybody out there who's looking for a role, call into Waikanae Media and let them know what you want to do and where you want to go, and They'll help you out. They'll set you on the path to a career in media, public relations, production, of course. And it's a corner for Thistle here, thanks to the attention from Brower, who's not going to carry on. He's going to get up and get on with it. As Sporforth heads over to take the corner kick, and Thistle really need something pretty soon to make sure they stay in this fixture. And it's a good delivery, and a second for Thistle. And it's Augustine Bentre who gets on the score sheet there. Pops up at the far post and they're right back in it. Massey just watched that delivery sail on through. Potentially wind assisted there. Again, it's an unusual breeze here today, almost tending direct westerly. And it's Thistle back in the game. By the lack of crowd noise, you might actually be able to ascertain the demographic here, or the general feeling is they're not used to the boys being down at home.
Goal scorer for Gisborne Thistle, 46 minute, number 7, Chicho. Half-time score, Gisborne Thistle 2, Massey University 3.
And as you've heard from ground announcer Mark Baple, it's Massey who go into the break with a lead, but Thistle scoring at a crucial moment there. Obviously a much more advantageous position to be 3-2 down rather than 3-1. It's Massey staying out on the pitch here by the looks of it. Just something a little bit different. Perhaps it's just temporary. As the Bushman Ronnie Young begins his half-time show. One of the things we can also have a crack with through Rangai Media and their technological innovations is, as earlier mentioned, I'm speaking on a lapel microphone. I'm going to take the secondary microphone away with me, and we're going to ask floor manager Tom to see how far I can get with this microphone to see what kind of range we can get. So floor manager Tom, if we can get a little bit of a wave, if you can hear me where I may be. We're going to make our way past the front of the grandstand here. I'm going to try and get myself down onto the pitch to maybe let a bit of commentary go. I'm sure you can still hear me, of course. This is another first we're aiming for here at Gisborne Thistle through Rangai Media. I'm all the way down here on the pitch. And I'm going to need to be more central for that to be picked up. You might just see me come into shot shortly. Floor manager Tom, can you hear me out there? It's a success so far as we pass by Ashley McMillan, of course sponsored by Gisborne Honda. None other than. We're going to see how far we can get as I make my way through the centre circle here amongst the crowd. Still going strong thanks to floor manager Tom. You might check out the skill session brought to you by the Bushman Ronnie Young. We'll see if we can get a little. So I'm getting a wave there. getting a lot of wind in the microphone perhaps as well, and almost losing the hat. So this is as far as we can go. We're here with the young ones. We've got Cam Walters amongst others. Heading in and out the cones there, don't want to obscure that. Who else can we spot? We've got a young Batarita, and we've got Corey Land. Looking sharp in your jersey there, Corey. What's underneath that? Hopefully it's your representative shirt. Look at the skill there in and out of the cones. Floor manager Tom, can we just get a check on if you can still hear us there? So I can only be about this far. As we get on the ball here and we play Yedebek. What's he going to do with 2? Yedebek, of course, looking after the Cancer Society there. Sorry, Kuba, can I just ask you a question, mate? Just, of course, running the raffle today for the Gisborne Cancer Society. Can you just share with us a few details about where people might be able to get tickets for that?
You can get the tickets on the gate and in the club rooms, and there was supposed to walk someone around the stands as well, but the raffle should be drawn actually now at the halftime.
Righto.
So that should be it.
Thanks, Kuba.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we see you out there today. Yep. So that raffle, you'll have to find it because they're selling like hotcakes. So we make our way around Macmillan here. We find Alan Kellett's Ollie Davies. Don't worry, Ollie, we're not going to ask you for a comment. We're just going to admire your skills. Of course, the goal scorer yesterday in local competition against Gisborne United. And Harbourview Marine Sam Patterson perhaps could be the right kind of guy to get right up and close with here.
What do you want?
Can we get a zoom on those shorts there, floor manager Tom?
You want the back or the front?
We'd like the back first, mate. Of course, see the pro traffic. What else we got on the back of the hoodie? It's a nice hoodie. Top 10 Holiday Park, fantastic. Can we just see the rest of the kit as well? Is that possible?
You want me to take my shirt off? Is that what you want?
No, we want you to keep your shirt on, Sam. Of course, Top 10 Holiday Park in the middle there, looking sharp. Brought to you by Football Central now in Winchester. What's this on the sleeve?
Oh, it's Rhythm and Vines.
Rhythm and Vines. What's going on there? How did Rhythm and Vines find themselves on our sleeve? Can we just get a turn to the camera up the top there?
Right now, yeah, one of our big sponsors. Help us get where we're going.
Yeah, I believe a few of the boys were out manning the car park over the festival time, is that correct?
Making sure everyone was safe while they were driving, make sure they're going to the right spots.
Absolutely.
That's what you need.
Yeah, too right. And what have we got on the other sleeve there?
That's the YMCA gym.
YMCA gym, of course. And can we just roll that sleeve up a little bit? And just maybe get a little bit of a flex for the camera? Yeah, that's looking sharp there. The crowd's delighted. Thank you, Samuel. Of course, brought to you by Harbourview Marine. I'll wait my way back up into the grandstand. Yeah, we've just got the Destunis family on the sideline here. You're live, by the way.
Oh,
what do you think of the fixture so far?
You're not bad. Pretty good.
Yeah?
It's good.
Final score predictions?
Oh, yeah. It might be a draw. Could be a draw.
Going with the draw?
Yeah, it could be a draw.
Do you think they'd take a draw?
Oh, I don't know.
I'd rather we have a win, thank you.
We, of course, being Gisborne Thistle.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's what we like to hear.
I'd like to be around 4-3 or 5-3 to us, but hey, if it happens, it happens. It's a funny sort of a game, unpredictable game, this one.
Bloody love it.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to you both as well, of course.
Yeah, you too, sweetheart.
Of course, we don't know how much you can pick up of this, but worth the crack. That's how you find things out.
If you haven't already, buy tickets for one cheese, which is towards the Cancer Society in Gisborne, down to club rooms, $10 ticket. So it's happening quite soon.
Just going to make a quick courtesy check to Matthew Adams here, see if he's keen to jump back on that microphone for the second half. he's just met with a vape.
Result 16, Federation League, round 6. Waikanae Athletic 2, Brook Rangers 1, Palmerston North End 6, Levin 1, and Havelock North Wanderers 3, Palmerston North Mariners 1.
So Massey indeed have stayed out on the pitch, standing on their feet. Captain Caleb Young, the only one who's taking a seat. We've got the dumplings here, of course. We've got the coffee cart. But one place you'll have to go for a good feed if you want it is, of course, the neighbourhood pizzeria down there in the Balance Street Village. Mention today's discount code Gokaliki for a 5% discount on your total order. Of course, you'll just need to say that you saw that code on the coverage of the game today. Tell the owner Marcel down there that you've got that verbal voucher and enjoy one of their delicious gourmet pizzas. We see the Bushman Ronnie Young putting those juniors through their paces. Crowd, after picking up their dumplings and coffees, filter back into position, awaiting the start of the second half here. Would you look at it? Definite mind games at play there with Piper's Massey side. Waiting by the touchline for the opposition to come out and putting on a display of absolute physical supremacy. getting a bit of feedback here from Coach Piper. We're live. Could almost take that microphone down to him. You wait till he catches the cat's out of the bag about his Kevin Costner admiration. So we look to compose ourselves here again and get this presentation back on deck. Fletcher Stewart-Hill makes his way off the pitch. And that's Massey to kick off. Cole Freeman standing over the ball. And it's Thistle with a couple of goals to get. And Massey who'll be looking to add to their tally. Farmer plays one forward here and it's easy for Stewart-Hill, who watches it over the byline for a goal kick. Farmer, of course, could be excused to find himself a new nickname with the Don't Google. For those unfamiliar with the reference, that would be referring to Evan Fournier, the Boston Celtics guard. So if you look up Zach Farmer, you'll find some absolutely horrific details about some cruelty to animals. Something that you'd never see up at Hokkaido Station. It's Brower here, free in the area. Gives Riley's shirt a bit of a tug. He apologised profusely, says just got a little bit carried away. He's come well possession here again. Somerton now just trods on the ball but maintains possession. And Thistle look to get into the fixture. Strange start to the second half here. Healthy crowd today. Bodies everywhere, people moving back into position. There's queues at the dumplings, there's queues at the coffee. It's all kicking off here at Childers Road Reserve. Ventre looks for Rodriguez down the left, but it's going to run away from him. Johnson goes short to Meyer, then Young, and they just keep the ball in the area there. Almost cough it up to Brower, and this could be a massive backfire. And it's unfortunate miss there for Somerton on his less favoured foot. But it would have been equally, if not more, unfortunate for Massey after their little escapade down the back there. As Johnson goes long. Hilson allows Josling possession. Stewart-Hill out of his area, goes long and finds the flick of Martos, and it's Somerton again who puts Brower away. Looks to make things right in the middle with an early ball from Brower. It's headed clear by Young. Meyer prevents the corner. And what a start to the second half that would have been for Thistle. To be fair, it all happened so fast there in front of goal. That would have been an excellent finish. But a striker of Somerton's quality, you probably expect him to put that one back in the onion bag, so to speak. Spalforth looking to get himself a striking goal there. Wins possession back here in the middle for Thistle, and Joslin looks to put Froomes away, but it's cut out by Hilson, who plays it into Joslin, who gives it to Andrews. Scrappy little period here in the middle. It's Ventre on the ball now. Attempts to flick, but Andrew recovers well. Meyer looks for Johnson, who almost plays it for a corner. Meyer decides to do what's probably the right thing and get it long. And Venema makes the clearance to settle things back down here. Spalforth challenging from behind and draws the ire of referee Chris Niven. Ventre tries to find the difference in interpretation between here and South America, and Froomes has got to be careful not to buy himself another yellow card there, such as he did in the Chatham Cup fixture. Massey with a good chance for Caleb Young there, but a little bit of a nosebleed perhaps from the big centre-back. Ventre's dragged at by Farmer but not seen, and works through a couple of players there. And George Andrew gets in the face of referee Chris Niven. Game's got scrappy again here. Andrew is apoplectic here, believing that Ventre's challenge was not in the spirit of the game. Of course, those two won't have played together. They're both nice guys. I'm sure they'll patch it up after the game. Venema's composed there and keeps it for Batarita. And a very good job today coming in, Daniel Venema, and of course looking for a player sponsor if there's anybody out there that wants to help him stay on the pitch for Thistle this season. Young has a good shove at Somerton there, and Somerton gets nothing. Threat of boiling over here, of course, two friendly sides, but if the scoreline stays the same, I can imagine that Thistle's patience will run out. And it's a throw for the Instagram King Preston on the touchline there. Niven looks to settle things down with the free kick. Spalforth's ambitious there, and it's an easy one for Tommy Johnson. See how the drop kick goes across wind. And it's Preston again here with the throw now. Farmer gets a bit of attention from Rodriguez, who wins the throw and takes it quick. Somerton looks to get around Caleb Young. There's a grab at Somerton, but both giving as good as they got there. And it's a small period of confusion here. You've got two very different creatures. Got a head clash in the middle here. It's Spalforth who's gone down, and Ventre has Massey play on, and referee Chris Niven brings a stop to proceedings temporarily. Dynamic Rehab's Ruth Fletcher, who's going to make her way onto the field to check that Sporforth's okay. Of course, it gives us an excellent opportunity for those who are just joining the coverage now to give a bit of a recap of who Massey are and where they fit in. Of course, Massey playing out of the self-titled Field of Dreams in Palmerston North here. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a little bit more like Waterworld. Of course, one of Coach Piper's top 3 favourite Kevin Costner films. Of course, Costner features as the Mariner. Waterworld, of course, famous for the quote, "I've sailed much further than most men have dreamed," which is something that I've actually heard come out of the mouth of Piper before. So he's coming under a little bit of scrutiny here now that we've got time to think about things. And just a quick Google search for Kevin Costner movie quotes has revealed half of Piper's vocabulary. As we look to get play back underway here, and they debate who should have possession. Massey look to be set up in an attacking position. It's Andrew who's made the cross. Farmer has a go from distance here, and Venimer is on hand to clear. As Massey University assistant coach Adam Miller gets his hands on the ball, begs the question, if this were Tin Cup, would he be Romeo or Earl? As Andrew releases Hilson on the left, but it's a good challenge from Jostling. And Niven spots a goal kick there. Piper again, unsure if you picked that one up on the effects microphone. It lets out an absolute screamer. See if I can recall this correctly. As play settles down here, Summerton's in pursuit of that, looking to make something of it. So Ventre, whose ambitious little through ball there, just finds its way over the goal line. Now, for those that didn't hear what Donald Piper just said, absolutely inspirational stuff. And I quote, "When a defining moment comes along, you define the moment, or the moment defines you." How does he say something like that so fast? When he's got a football game to pay attention to, it just shows that the love that he has for those Costner films. As Sporforth stands over his mate here. Of course, former high school teammates. George Andrew on the deck there. Froome's releases for Brower, who tucks under, and it's just going to go wide there. So it could easily have been Thistle with the lead here, but as time runs on, will they rue these missed chances? It would have been, again, a spectacular finish had Brower put that one away. As Coach Blair finds himself in a dialogue with Hilson, Riley, and now Donald Piper on the side. Of course, the workmates, Donald Piper and Fletcher Stewart-Hill, Central Football employees. And Bron and Froomes have a wrestle in the middle there for Andrews and Sporforth to do the same. Of course, it's part work drinks, part family reunion here out on the pitch. We've got the Freeman brothers in denial, of course, for Massey, with club legend Joey Freeman, also a Central Football employee, on the bench for Massey University. Got the Spanish speakers together. It's Summerton who finds himself free, wriggles clear of Young, and he's too quick for him. Young's taken him from behind there. Niven signals a corner. I hazard a guess if that had happened not as high up the pitch. We might have been looking at a free kick there. Sporforth, who heads over to take the corner. Back to Joey Freeman, of course, on the bench here for Massey just before this corner kick's taken. He's come over from England in the mid-2010s, if you say. Ended up in Matamata, of all places, and found a spot as part of the Massey University family. Assuming he's gone in there to study something like communications and marketing or anything like that, because he ended up as a Central Football employee. And Roy McAvoy down there on the touchline for Massey University inquires politely for a substitution. We may see Freeman into the fold as Ollie Davies looks to enter the fray for Thistle. Hilson travelling across the pitch in true futsal style, but might have got lost there with the pure dimensions of Childers Road Reserve. It's gone out for a throw, and the substitutions will be made here.
Substitution for Massey University. Number 10, Colford. For number 9, Joseph Freeman.
And it is indeed the forecasted substitution. The brothers in denial. Joey Freeman, possibly Massey's most capped player, coming on for his Notch brother Cole. And Ollie Davies coming on for Augustine Ventre. Davies, of course, sponsored by Alan Kellett Panel and Paint. We thank them for that support. Brower taking a deeper roll here and releases Davies straight away. He'll be looking to make a statement after losing his starting spot. He's tripped awkwardly in the pitch there. Perhaps a bit of that summer grass not quite died off yet. Finds Brower, whose shot clears the bar.
For number 11, Ollie Davies.
As the Bushman, Ronnie Young, makes his way across the bottom of the grandstand. And we await the result of the wine and cheese raffle, brought to you by Waimata Cheese through the initiative of Kuba Yedabek, who's of course representing the Cancer Society when he plays for Thistle. And Rodriguez plays a through ball from deep, finds Davies, who squares for Somerton. Takes a couple of turns, and it's a deflection well covered by Preston there for Massey University. But it's Thistle still in the box here through Ollie Davies, and he's outnumbered. 5 Massey University players around him. And again, another good chance for Thistle. And it's Joey Freeman with his first touch there. He's donated it to the sideline. Josling's throw is straight to Riley. He's been pinged for a foul throw of all things. Of course, a New Zealand tradition to pick on the throwing technique. If you get the tape measure out there, you might have found that Riley's foot left the turf as well. Young clears and Rodriguez gets it back, but it's going to run out for another one. And when a defining moment comes along You define the moment, or the moment defines you. Truer words never spoken by Coach Donald Piper on the sideline for Massey University. And what a revolution he is leading here. Of course, in Field of Dreams they talk about getting back to the 60s, but Massey will be looking to get back into the 80s, the last time that they were a prominent fixture in the Central League. Hearing rumours from our viewers that might not have heard early in the first half, just detailing Massey's plight through the leagues. Davies on side here, looking to get out of Johnson's way, and can't blame him. It's another one of those droppies is released. Back to Massey, of course, prominent fixtures in the mid-80s in the Central League. And fell through the divisions, and of course a different structure of regional football back then, but basically back to local league from 1995 to the mid-2000s, when the Federation League was reinstituted by Central Football, and of course the Central League didn't exist for a few years there. And Johnson is nice and high and manages to clear there, and Venema has a pop from distance. Jocelyn falls awkwardly into the dugout, and he'll be hoping to not find himself in there soon. As Coach Garrett Blair for Waikanae Top 10 Holiday Park Gisborne Thistle has to find ways to get a goal or two back here. As Brower plays it into Hilson for the throw. Jocelyn sees Summerton, a long, strong throw. Venema's under pressure there, but manages to catch Sporforth in the middle, who switches play for Rodriguez. His through ball is almost found Frooms, but Johnson reads it and cuts it out. Showing a bit of that pace that the young man had over 70 metres back in the day. His drop kick only travels as far as Venema. And Sporforth for Rodriguez, Martos and Frooms, as this will share that ball around. Davies on the left here, a bit of space and a great save from Johnson. Thistle who find themselves on the corner. Sporforth, as usual, to take. Doesn't clear the first defender, it's Preston who clears that one. Behind the Pro Traffic and Aotearoa Labour Hire billboards there. Of course, if you want to find yourself with a billboard on that far touchline for all to see, feel free to get in touch with the club. We'll see what we can do for you. Rodriguez cross doesn't quite make it to Josling, but Hilson's clearance is across the top of the box and it's cleared by Meyer. Piper enters into further dialogue with Garrett Blair, the Central Football Board member, on the sideline. So it's a real Central Football fest here today. Farmer's cross from deep. It's across the front of Andrew, who tumbles under their attention from Sporforth, but both men feel that they've been fouled. Frooms comes away with it. little bit of consternation on the sideline there as the assistant referee instructs Oscar Smith to stay behind the rail. Oscar Smith, of course, sponsored by Alan Kellett Panel and Paint. Rodriguez wins the ball for Thistle and Davies tries to keep it in, which he does. Somerton will need to get into a higher position here as Davies travels across and finds his mate at the far post. He takes an air swing. He manages to get a head to it, only for Johnson to receive. Johnson skews a drop kick for once, doesn't quite get that one off the middle. Rodriguez finds Martos for the throw. Quick exchange with Sporforth in the middle there. Venom is at the back under close attention. And it's Josling free on the right now for Thistle, who's put Somerton away, who's going to be called offside there. There's a shoulder in it as Josling is upset by the call. Perhaps just as much himself. Meyer stands over and takes the free kick short to Riley. Who slows things right down here. Massey, of course, still in the lead and looking to keep it that way. And Thistle want to claw themselves to freedom as Riley takes a little touch on that, and it's Josling with the throw from halfway. And the Renta crowd here at Childers Road Reserve, of course, the Gisborne United supporters supporting anybody that plays Thistle. Ask for a foul throw. Sporforth covers well to clear. And it looks like Rodriguez, who might have picked up a yellow card. Unsure why. As Preston rather shows off some of those Instagram tricks and looks to find Freeman with his throw. But it's Davies in possession here on halfway, but Thistle are going to need more numbers forward. Looks to take it around Young, who he's pretty much dealt with. Froome's now being double teamed in the middle there and releases to Sporforth. Veneman now. It's Josling on the front foot, but he can't quite catch up with that one, and it's gone out for a goal kick. And Piper, again in the most polite manner possible, requests the substitution. Is Meyer the newly turned 20-year-old? Of course, a man that spent some time at Waterside Karori in Wellington. And his first season with Massey University this year. As Dominic Rankin makes way for Eli Massey, the Samoan national, who's definitely the number 2 in the social media presence for Massey University. Massey, of course, across more formats than Preston. There's a bit of consternation on the sideline here. There's yelling, there's screaming, there's ground announcing. There's the perpetual smile from Piper. There's a clearance from Young for Hilson's head. Sporforth's dragged back by Freeman there, but not spotted by referee Chris Niven. Preston has Farmer on his right, who looks to put away Massey, who won't be able to catch up with that. That's Frooms here making way for Ashley McMillan, of course sponsored by Gisborne Honda, as you may or may not have heard in the halftime show.
Substitution for Gisborne Thistle, number 10 Tom Frooms off for number 16 Ashley McMillan.
And Spatarita for the first time in a while, looking to find Rodriguez long. As this will have it in the attacking half. And it's turned over for Farmer. And Massey in limited space on the right there. Manages to keep it in play, but it's Ashley McMillan who takes his first touch. And Meyer clears for Hilson in an offside position. Humorous exchange on the sideline here with Coach Piper, who's looking to repair the fractured relationship with the Gisborne United club, of course, after a little bit of consternation in previous weeks. Of course, for those in the know, there was some debate about a Lions women's call. Seems to be all jovial and friendly now, though. So Massey with a win here should be at least equal top of the league with Havelock North Wanderers, if not top on goal difference. Depending, of course, on if Wanderers have played Napier Marist yet. Massey, of course, if I recall correctly, and I may or may not, but had a big win over Napier Marist. I believe it was 8 scored on that occasion. As Thistle have it back here. Martos scrambles free. Rodriguez, who looks for Davies. It's Massey on the ball now. And Joseph Freeman now for Marist, but Rodriguez cuts that one out. Davies plays short, but not quite on the same wavelength there. It's Johnson now who goes around Rodriguez and finds Preston, who's under heavy attention and coughs up for Davies. In a threatening position now, but Massey are very deep. It's Massey now moving forward with it. Wilson looking to get around Josling, who passes back for Stuart Hill, and Sporforth touches it through to Martos, but it's cut out by Preston. Farmer on the right now. Can't quite pick out Massey in the middle, and it's Brower in that deeper role. Picking up possession for Martos, and now Sporforth who will go around the back for Stuart Hill. McMillan McMillan in the middle opens out, but is stamped upon by George Andrew. Tries to find Farmer, but Rodriguez makes a good covering challenge. And Stuart Hill's throw is for Joslin, who goes long, but too long for Somerton. Johnson's drop kick again is long. The scraps are picked up by Andrew. Haven't heard much from Piper for a little while as he interacts with the crowd down on the side there, and the action on the pitch sees Preston finding Farmer in an acre of space on the right. It's run all the way through to Hilson, who's become preoccupied with Johnson's attention and played out for a goal kick instead. As the former Palmerston North Marist and Manawatu United youth player, Reece Golia, warms up on the side. Thistle have it back again, of course, dominating possession here. Freeman celebrates the free kick in an animated fashion. Freeman looks to get stuck into Venema there, but it's Thistle have come away with the clearance. Looking a little bit at sea here. And Davies is offside. To borrow a Waterworld quote, Piper's constant narrative on the sideline there. It's like a storm when he's around. And a tough challenge there. It's gone the way of Thistle. Somerton's tricky flick sees Massey under a bit of pressure. And what looked to be a Thistle corner there has been awarded a goal kick. It's all happening here. I'm unsure if you can pick out the level of crowd noise in the effects microphone, but we've got Thistle's local rivals United who come down to lend their support to the opposition on absolute cloud nine at the moment. They're in their very own Waterworld. As it's McMillan wearing what's normally the captain's number 8. And after all that, it's Johnson here with a free kick. Massey does well to win the flick there. It's Thistle who will come away with possession. And a substitution for Massey University here as Zach Farmer makes way for Reese Gallia.
Substitution for Massey University, number 16 off Zachary Farmer for number 11 Reese Gallia.
And Thistle likewise making a change here. It's Martos making way for Alan Callett, Panel and Paints, Oscar Smith. So it's the teenage attack, all students up front for Gisborne Thistle against the tertiary students of Massey University. We've got a corner here for Massey University.
Number 17 Oscar Smith.
That's the full set of substitutions now for both teams as we head into the closing stages of this fixture. This will really need to get desperate now if they're going to get something from this game. As Massey keep possession around the back, and looks like that one's going to trickle out on the boot of Johnson, who's upset with himself, but he shouldn't be. A couple of saves that he's made today, and just his sheer presence at the back have been worth a goal or two alone for Massey. And Smith's called for starting in an offside position there. He'll feel that he got back on, but to his credit, with minimal fuss. He retrieves the ball and hands it back over as this will look to get on with it. Johnson's free kick is long, hit by the head of Venema. And Sporforth picks out Davies on the far side, who looks to get around Preston, and he's got himself on the ball here. Looks to turn inside and out. It's just a little bit too much weight on that one. Somerton can't quite keep it in. It's the man from Terrigal. Hasn't quite caught that one, and Sporforth wins, but it's a throw for Massey University. Interesting little dialogue. Apologise for the period of silence, but between colleagues Piper, who's actually Fletcher Stewart Hill's boss, down on the dugout there. Gallia keeps possession well, but Smith pressures Riley. Young's come away with it in the middle, and Bron, who's not touched the ball for a while, in the middle of the park for Massey there, manages to pick out Preston. It's Bron on the ball again here, and he puts away, looks like Michael Hilson, who's switched over to that right side. He's upset at the attention of Sporforth. And Piper's trying to get the attention of Hilson. And his instructions to get it in the corner are ignored. Gallia picks up there and looks to go forward. It's evaded on that occasion. It's Brow with possession for Thistle, who turns it strong, and then the free kick's given to Massey University. Andrew barks with authority at Gallia. 4 years as senior at Gallia, but he did what he was told then by, of course, Gisborne Thistle's George Andrew. Tell you what, you take his combativeness and composure out of the middle of the park for Massey today, and again, could be a different looking scoreline. Venema wins that cleverly and holds possession. McMillan's caught on his heels there, as the desperation raises here for Thistle, who won't be looking to experience their first league loss of the season. And they're not home again for the best part of another month, with Cup weekends on the 15th and Queen's Birthday weekend. And then consecutive away fixtures in between those. Piper's intensity is dominating the spectacle here on the sideline. I tell you what, you'd hope that everybody in attendance here has made at least their gold coin donation on the way in, because it's been worth that at least in terms of entertainment. Davies is up and has won that one, and he's been cleaned out by Johnson. Niven finds nothing there. Sporforth looks for the defensive bomb. Freeman dances beneath him, and it's Massey there. Niven finds a free kick in that one. Yet not the same for something similar at the other end. It's Josling who's picked up a yellow card. It's very close to in the penalty area. It looks like the free kick that's been given, and it's Sporforth down again. Physio has waved off on that occasion. Sporforth's good to go. The committee of Gallia, Andrew and Bron standing over the free kick. Andrew who's looking at this with the most desire, and the others have left him alone. It's off the wall and up for Stuart Hill. He puts a bit of a don't argue into Riley and scuffs his clearance, looking long. Now Sawyer's up to win that, and then Sporforth comes flying through. Who's been in the wars today, but it's his mate George Andrew that's caught him. Stuart Hill puts one away. Brower rewarding forward here. He's cut down on the edge of the area, and Niven does not give the free kick. They're going to have to control their emotions after the fixture here, Thistle, if the match stays the same. It's Massey University who take the away points. Hugely entertaining fixture here at Childers Road Reserve, and it'll leave the crowd wanting more. It's such a shame that they're not going to be having a Federation League fixture here until the 13th of June when Havelock North Wanderers come to town. As ground announcer Vapor declares the final score, the Thistle players make their way off the pitch, and Massey will be absolutely over the moon. As ground announcer Vapor, of course, thanks our sponsors. In case that hasn't come across the FX microphone, they are Waikanae Top 10 Holiday Park, the main sponsor for Gisborne Thistle, Pro Traffic, Aotearoa Labour High, Rhythm and Vines, Neighbourhood Pizzeria, Dynamic Rehab, YMCA Gisborne, More FM, and of course this coverage has been brought to you by Rangai Media. We hope you've enjoyed it, and you can look forward to coverage of the away games over the following weeks. Keep an eye on the Facebook page and YouTube channel.